Barnaby, you posted a video on social media that's caught a lot of attention. You standing in snow, there you are, slamming the United Nations, calling net zero a lunatic policy. What's going on here?
Well, what's happening is we're seeing so many people we've had massive snow here during the weekend. Poor people are just getting poorer. We are making them destitute. They can't afford their power. We are doing this to people in Australia, and it's outrageous. And it's premised around this lunatic policy called net zero. We are not going to achieve net zero. We are going to deindustrialise Australia. We are going to basically smash the Australian economy. And we now hear them expanding this, the so-called, what used to be the Productivity Commission, talking about expanding the safeguard mechanism to make it even harder for manufacturing to come to Australia or heavy industry to come to Australia. We've just got to have a reality check. This is not working. It is a crazy policy.
Okay. Tanya?
Nat, we need to do our share of a global effort. And what Barnaby never tells you is what's his alternative. We all agree we need cheaper power. Renewables are the cheapest form of new energy. Under his government, 24 Barnaby. 24 coal-fired power stations said they were going to close, and Barnaby had no solution for replacing them. Then they come up with this crazy nuclear plan that would have provided 4% of our energy at the cost of $350 billion. What is his plan? If he doesn't want renewables, what does he want? If he doesn't want renewables, what does he want?
Barnaby,
Barnaby, you're still not answering.
If you don't want renewables,
what do you want?
You just can't say.
Where does the power come from,
Our
Barnaby?
prices, Tanya, are going up. They're going up with intermittents. They're not renewables. They're a swindle.
Because we had decades,
overseas companies, and they're
we had
forcing
a
the price
decade of inaction from you as coal-fired power stations said they were closing, and you had no plan to replace them.
Capacity investment scheme.
And here we
What's your plan, Barnaby?
See the details of.
Where does the power come from?
I would go back to
Where's the
coal-fired
power coming from?
I'd go back to coal-fired power.
coal.
Oh,
Yep,
there you go.
absolutely, 100%.
And what will that cost?
Well, I tell you what,
will
it's
that
going to be.
They're closing them down because they're old
They're
clunkers
closing
that cost
down
a
because we have
fortune,
a
aren't they,
policy.
Barnaby?
We have
They're
a
falling
policy that
apart.
says
It's like driving a 50-year-old car around.
Anymore. They're closing them down because you have a policy that says you're not allowed to use them anymore.
They were closing down under the coalition government by the dozen, weren't they?
24.
24
said they were going to close
because
they were too old to keep going.
Look, we can talk over each other, but I'll tell you what, look at your power bill. That's how intermittents are going.
Yeah, because the coal-fired power stations look so pretty.
A lot of reasons.
Through the roof.
Okay,
that is
look,
what you were doing to yourself.
I'd love to chat, but I think we've sort of chatted a bit. Thank you very much. We'll see you next week.